Florida's governor came to Miami Beach today to specifically address the homelessness problem.
Yeah, and he's touting a law to help get people off the streets and into shelter. So let's get to Steve Letts, who was there, joins us live from Miami Beach, breaking down the details. Hey, Steve.
And hi, ladies. Before we get to this homelessness issue that the governor talked about, he did address spring break, which tends to get rowdy down here on Miami Beach. And so he is offering up resources from the state, FDLE, Florida Highway Patrol as well. And he did say if members of the State National Guard or the State Guard or the Florida National Guard need to be called in, he said that could be a consideration as well. He was also critical of what's happening on the southern border, calling out the Biden administration. And he did take a moment, more than a moment, to express his support for Israel and defending that country's effort to defend itself in its war with Hamas. But the governor did spend much of his time talking about the homelessness problem, not just here in South Florida, but also statewide. In fact, the bill has been filed up in Tallahassee called unauthorized public camping and public sleeping. That is a proposal that would prohibit camping on the streets and sidewalks, not just here in Miami-Dade and South Florida, but that would be a state law stretching from here all the way up into the Panhandle. Could be a state law if it does come out of Tallahassee. Municipalities all over the state, to include here in Miami-Dade and Broward, they are also addressing the homeless problem at their levels as well. And the mayor here on Miami Beach, Stephen Miner, did say that people or businesses who are near homeless encampments sometimes feel as if they're in danger or feel as if they are vulnerable. The governor pledged support in terms of funding for shelters and funding for mental health, with the governor noting that in many cases of homelessness, that is the crux of the problem, mental health. Florida, he says, has made great progress in reducing homelessness, and the governor emphasized how he wants to do more. Listen.
I take it as like kind of the dad test. Like, can I just take my kids and just walk down the street to see shop? You should be able to do that every place without having to worry about homeless or being accosted by somebody. So I think these protections will be very good for Floridians. It'll ensure that we don't see any part of our state descend into the madness that you've seen in places like San Francisco, New York City, or Seattle.
Law and order was emphasized here. And again, Miami Beach's mayor, Stephen Miner, did say that in surveying the residents of Miami Beach, they say that the city does a bad job in dealing with its homelessness. And so they're trying to do better at the local level. You hear the governor coming to town saying they're trying to do better at the state level as well. Live on Miami Beach today, I'm Steve Letts, NBC6 News.